Yeah. Boom to the hail, sports fans out there in the tubosphere, to you, the individual, as part of the collective. Welcome to Fast Track Sports Rack. It's here on Talk Radio, version of the OMSR. I am your brief but concise host, Will, the alternative ESPN Sports Thrill. Always do a little show like this, let you know the clip order coming up in the whys and wherefores. Talking briefly and concisely on the herd about Doug McDermott. It's kind of tricky, position or status of being a quote-unquote white guy who can play ball. Let's just take it from the herd with Colin. A quickie sport right in the legalese comes after the highlights coming up here. I will just say briefly, having been a white guy and having had game, and still do, in my early 40s, this is kind of shocking, really. Don't have that 42-inch vertical leap anymore. But this notion of white guys, it's, like the movie, white guys can't jump, white guys can't ball, and the uncomfortability when you bring up that subject of white versus black is something Colin dives into. Although I would like to remind all of you out there, and this is not the rant, and then we're going to roll clips. It's not racism. I'd like to do away and introduce a new concept and term to you all out there. We're all of the human race, of different ethnicities. If you could be ethnocentric, which most of you know what I mean by that, you view your particular ethnicity with high favorability, then it's ethnist, being an ethnist, or ethnism, not racism. Okay, roll clips.
Here's something that sometimes people will say, oh, it's race baiting, and I think it's race dialogue. And I think talking about race is really important. We do on this show. We don't duck it. We're not intimidated by it. We don't fear it. We're not bothered by it. It's an issue. We should discuss it. Everybody wins. There's no question a white star in the NBA would be good for business. As I've told you years ago, flying from an all-star game in LA back east, I sat with an Eastern Conference executive. After about 3.5 hours, he acknowledged to me, we could really use a white point guard. My email for Jimmer, Aaron Kraft, oh, you so desperately want them to be great. I get it. Aaron Kraft's not an NBA player, and Jimmer's not a great one. A white NBA star, domestic, not European, it'd be nice for the league. It could help. Doug McDermott, and I've been a doubter on Jimmer. I've been a doubter on Adam Morrison. I didn't buy J.J. Redick. I didn't buy Tyler Hansbrough. I buy Doug McDermott. I don't buy him because he finished 5th all-time in men's D1 scoring. So what? Hersey Hawkins, Alfrederick Hughes, Freeman Williams, Alfonso Ford, Harry Kelly, Otis Birdsong. A lot of guys scored a lot. But so did Larry Bird. And I don't think Doug McDermott's Larry Bird. But I think he's going to work in the NBA. And I think he's got a chance to be a 20-point-a-game guy. I really do. People look at Christian Laettner and they roll their eyes. And Keith Van Horn, both those guys scored in the NBA. Doug McDermott is a significantly better shooter than both, and the league's become a shooter's league. Mike Dunleavy was on my show yesterday. He really likes Doug McDermott.
I think the guy's definitely going to score in our league. I mean, when I look at a player like him, I salivate because I'm like telling you, okay, I can make that guy $60, $70 million because I will get him shots. I will get that guy shots out of timeouts. I'll run plays because you know the chances of him completing an open shot are as good as anybody. This guy, I think, translates. I guarantee you one thing. He's going to get more than he gives up.
Listen, did anybody think Klay Thompson would average 18 a game in the NBA? I didn't. And don't tell me you thought he was going to be an 18-point-a-game guy when he came out of Washington State. Steph Curry's a star in this league. I didn't think Steph Curry would be one of the best players in the league. I mean, Steph Curry could... It's funny, the other day I talked to an NBA referee at the airport. I was at LAX, and Eric Dalen is an NBA ref, big tall guy. And I walked up to him, and I'm like, yeah, I've seen you before. Do you work for the NBA? And he's like, yeah, I'm a ref. And we were talking about the NBA today, and he said, listen, it's a pick-and-roll league. It's actually easier to officiate today than it's ever been. And let's be honest, it's the elephant in the room. Don't talk about this. A white star in the NBA wouldn't be the worst thing for the league, probably. I love the league, but I grew up with it, always been into it. A lot of people aren't always, quote, comfortable with all the stars. I think he's going to make it. I think he's going to be pretty good. By the way, Jay Wright, Villanova, saw him play. His thoughts on him.
He is as skilled a player at his position, whether you call him a 3 or a 4, as anybody coming out of college basketball. His IQ is above anyone. And I think the way the NBA game is, he's that second guy. He's a Robin to a Batman that could make a great NBA team.
Listen, Anthony Bargnani's been in this league for a lot of years, making a lot of money. He's not nearly as good as Doug McDermott. I think he's a real player. I don't think he's Kobe. I don't think he has Andrew Wiggins' ceiling, but I think he's an 18-point-a-game guy in this league who's going to last a long time. He is significantly a better prospect than Tyler Hansborough. Significantly better.
It's been a while since there's a 1-1, and he knows how to motivate folks, and he knows how to coach. So my pick, Michigan State, bring it home for me.
I think he's made some pretty good picks so far. He's got a better record than 90% of the people out there. It's a lot better than my bracket, my secret one at home.
During this winning stretch, we've gotten healthy. Everyone's picked up their game, and we've executed at a high level.
And it's everybody's dream, coach, player, fan, to have your team go to a Final Four. We're 2 games away.
For us, I know everybody will say it's just gravy at this point in time, but it's not. You know, we want to prepare. We want to be the same team we were in Buffalo. It's only fun when you advance.
We didn't defend, play hard, and rebound consistently at a high level. We're doing that now. The guys are sharing the ball. And the thing I told the guys, I said, you defend at the level we're capable of defending at. The assists are going up, the turnovers are going down, and now we're playing some great basketball.
Well, it's a great feeling. You know, I'm also happy for our guys. I mean, they fought a lot of adversity. You know, I knew it would be a journey that would be difficult, but, you know, they responded in the end.
The seeding thing is so overrated. It's so much about matchups, and now it's about, you know, just getting to your game and playing.
The crowd could be as big as a Final Four crowd. So it is going to be a carnival atmosphere in the air.
This is going to be a real hard ticket.
And who knows, maybe Dayton will meet Arizona in the national championship game.
Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be quite something for the Miller family.
Right on. So, got some good sound bites from high-profile coaches, some of them higher-profile matchups for the Sweet 16 coming up. So on the Quickie Sport Rant of the segment, yeah, this weekend, you know, it's a dicey prospect. Suddenly the NCAA starts to care if you try to show any highlights taken direct from the game when the tournament starts. It's like, okay, where are you during the regular season? It's all about, you know, it's bothersome. Having done this for a while now, and this is the second time I've had to butt heads with the NCAA. Except this time around, it happened with CBS as the proxy. Now, I did 9 tournament highlight shows over the weekend, 4 of which they didn't care for. Okay, what about the other 5? The Mercer-Duke game, that was a longer show. I mean, I took them all down because I was so angry. Yesterday morning, I had just gotten up an hour earlier. This wouldn't have happened because I was going to take them down anyway. I was just going to put them up there briefly, not into perpetuity. The CBS came and called. Okay, so why is there a problem with, and this speaks to the third-party content ID system and the double standard. It's like, well, you know, we're going to ding you here, but those other ones are okay, even though this other one was shorter, and technically, percentage-wise, it fits better when it's a 50-50 split, and it's only a 3-minute bit video, if that. But the 9-minute one, you know, oh, that's okay. It's like, how do you form a paradigm with this sort of, like, all over the place application of it? It's not YouTube's fault. It's on the entities who take advantage of the system in place. Although I will say, for YouTube's part, you really should, perform your due diligence and maybe have somebody look at the video where a third party is claiming that and actually do the math and run the percentages through the DMCA, the OMSR sponsor, Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and actually verify it. Alright, so on that note, all the video highlights are courtesy to ESPN and The Herd, we'll call it, everything else, to the OMSR. DMCA covers fair use standard, minimal use, and derivatives. So the CBS bullshit that happened yesterday, an hour, a day late and $1 short, and it was like an hour late and 2 cents short. That's even more aggravating for me, yours truly. Alright, thanks for watching those silly DUIs while you're out there. We are later out of here.